Morning. Today is Tuesday, May 10th. I hope all of you who celebrate Mother's Day had a good one this weekend. I know certain countries have Mother's Day on a different day of the year than we do in America. So I'll say Happy Mother's Day to you as well. So when your day comes around that I don't know the date on, I've already told you. How's that? So, let's see, Saturday, my husband and I went off exploring and went to go visit this place in Georgia. I'm trying to find a little flyer. I know it's here on my desk someplace. Yeah, good luck with that. Here it is. The National Infantry Museum and Soldier Center. This was really cool. If you have the chance to go look at this, you should go in there. They had lots of really neat displays with mannequins, essentially, or sculptures. I'm not sure exactly what you would call them. The faces on a lot of them were extremely realistic. Whoever set up the place did a really good job. We actually got there a little later. We forgot that the time changed when we went over to Georgia. And we hadn't actually gone there with the intention of going to this particular place. We were just going to Georgia to get a lottery ticket. We didn't win, by the way. But saw this was nearby, so we're like, oh, let's go check that out. And we need to go back so we could see the rest because we didn't have an opportunity to see all of it. Very neat place. I've got some pictures, too. So while I'm in the car for the hour and a half or whatever heck it was, I did a little coloring. I primarily did stuff like this where I filled in the background of some of these cards. This was those Studio 112 ones that I showed you where they missed one of the patterns. No big deal. These cards are quite nice. Let's see if I have a loose one to show you. Alright, this is Sharpie. And those of you who color with Sharpie know they will bleed through like crazy. Just like all the alcohol ink markers. But check this out. Just a bit of ghosting. So this is really good paper to do all kinds of coloring on. You know, I didn't even need to have a layer in between for safety. This is my safety layer. And there is zero bleed through on it. There's some marks here on the edge where I was coloring on the very edge of the paper, of course. But so this is really nice quality paper. Hopefully these Studio 112, who does this? K & Company. Hopefully they come out with some more coloring items because they've done a good job picking paper. So we have the green one. Let's see what else. Obviously the pink one I just showed you. I think there was, okay, I did like an aqua teal kind of color. And I think there was a black one. Yeah, I did the black. Yeah, that's it. So I filled those parts in. And that could be a challenge driving down the road with your husband driving. But it was okay. And before I left, I had found I had this small Staples clipboard here. And that worked perfect for holding my little coloring pad. Now on my larger book, which I also hooked to a clipboard for ease of leaning on, I've been working on a few pages. Finished this one. That was lots of fun. I might come back in with some silver and do those lines, but I'm not sure. Kind of like it like that. This one's sort of done. I need to come back through and I want to do these centers with like a sparkle pen, sparkle jelly roll or glitter pen or something like that. These are all done with Staedtler Stabilo 88s and the Graph Peps, you know, the small tip pens. I'm having a brain fart. I must need more coffee. And bleed through's been It's kind of shadowy, but obviously when I color this side, it won't show what's done here. So this is decent paper as well. It's not super thick, but it's decent quality paper. Let's see. I think I've already shown this one I was working on. Yeah, I'm coming back through and filling in the petals, which I must have forgot I was doing because I didn't get very far. Alright, this is the one I started last night. I think it was, or the night before. So we've got some beginnings going on there. A couple different colors of red for the red flower. I'm going to come back in and do a couple shades of purple and blue. And then I did try this chalk type pen here on the leaf, and I'm not sure I like how that turned out. It's a little too awkward to try and use that big pen in those spaces, so we'll see how that goes. And Shannon Green has come out with a new Junk It Up, made from your junk kind of book. And so I kind of started thinking, I'm going to go look around at my things. What can I play with? Now, I don't know how long ago I did these, but you may remember I made these tabbed dividers. I covered them with some of my different tissue papers and decoupage papers, and I've had them set aside to use in something. So those ones are still for some other project. These ones I chose for this something. And first of all, I took this book. Now, I got these books out of the bin. It's at the library. It's the discard books. It's the ones that pretty much nobody wanted, for whatever reason. I take the center part out, and I haven't read it yet, but I will attempt to read it. It's called The Winter People. It might be a good book. I don't know. I don't always pick something that has something inside that I can still read, but I will give it a whirl. I can always just discard it if I find out I don't like it, but it will make good collage fodder. And then I went through my goodies. Of course, you saw... Oh, wait, let me get back to this. I had the cards, right? And they already have holes in them. So I got my crocodile out and was going to punch these holes, but these are too far in. So you can't do that. So I actually have this nifty Martha Stewart crafts tool. I don't know if this is still sold. But this is a hole punch, but when you push it in, it rotates as you're pushing down, so it cuts into the item. So it takes a few turns because of being hard, thicker chipboard, but you can accomplish that. And you always need to have some kind of protective mat behind that so you don't mess up your whatever your surface is at your work table. So I punched those holes in there. And then lined it up over here, how I thought it would look good. Punch those holes. And my intention is, I'm going to get some, they're on order, but I'm going to use some of these cable rings. I found these on Amazon, and I'll link below so you can go find some too. They're they're on there as wire cable key rings. I think it's what a lot of people are calling them. So Gina and I had talked about these things after that last video I showed with that book, and how they would be really neat to use as bindings. And I originally was going to try and use the normal binder rings that we all know, but then I was thinking, well, once I got that in there, it's going to be a real pain in the butt if I ever wanted to add anything to it. And where all those cable ones I think would be a lot easier to accomplish, addition of extra pages. So we're going to try that out. On top of that, I have these little things that I get when I go geocaching. These are called path tags. Some of the people put these in some of the geocaches. And I would like a prettier way of holding those rather than a shower curtain hook. So, we will have, I'm doing a normal order of silver, and then I have an order of colored ones, because you can get them in colors too. And we'll run those through there. That should work pretty good. So this is the first flap. I chose 5 of them. It'll be, one of each of the tabs. And it'll fit in here just so. Like that. And it's a decent amount of space in there. I don't know what else I'm going to add. I'm not going to add any more pages, but I'm probably going to come back through and add some ephemera. So I'll just give you a little bit of a flip of some of the items I put in here. This is Miscellaneous Me. This is actually for a different sized journal book kind of thing. So I just chose to fold the pages in, make kind of little tuck spots. I can either glue those down and make like a tuck spot, or it can just be a flip out where I do some journaling, or maybe I can glue a thing to it. So I've got a couple versions of those. I had these little manila crafty kind of envelopes. I punched holes in that, and then I added some washi tape on there for visual interest and also strengthening the little envelope there. This is some packing paper. I have a bunch of this shinier version, so I put some washi on that. This is like just kids drawing pad paper type stuff. Just a kind of a cheapy paper, so I put some on there. And I kind of tried to vary which tapes I use and how I used them, so here you'll see I just put little tabs on each section. This is some of that packing paper that I think American Science and Surplus puts in their packaging. Also a few other companies. And then of course we've got the big cards. Here's the next one. Excuse me. And it repeats, but I use different papers when I pick the Miscellaneous Me's. This one I chose to do like a big foldy out kind of thing. So we're a different type of putting on tape. Another page, another way of doing the tape. And I tried not to have everything exactly in the same order, just to make it a little different as I'm using it. Another way of the tape. That one. And now you need to burnish this stuff down when you're using it on different types of paper, because they don't always stick the same. This is 7 Gypsies tape, by the way. Another one of those little envelopes, which I did not put tape on. I might need to come back and do that. Here's some with some scissors. That one, that one, that one, and those two, and there. So let me find that one. And I'll just stick it that way so I remember where it was at, so I can fix it up. And like Shannon, I don't know what I'm going to use this for. I'm just making something, which is good for me because I haven't been very creative. But I joined the Wanderlust class at the beginning of the year. One of the first lesson required some chipboardy type pieces. Not that I don't have chipboard, but I didn't have anything pretty like that could go across a spread, like this one. So I did put an order into Creative Embellishments. This is a really nice company for different chipboardy type stuff, so check them out. I'll put a link in the description box below. But I made this book. It's like one being used in the class, but I already had stuff I could use, so rather than buy a new one, I just created one out of my own things. It looks just like the one they had. And I don't know if it's the same size or smaller or whatever, but it's about the same. And I dug out my chipboardy parts, and I came up with my first lesson pages. So I think those turned out really good. I did kind of everything she showed, but using my own colors for the most part, sort of. And obviously my chipboard elements were different than hers, and she had some pieces where she'd chopped up some like packaging and jammed them in behind some stuff, and I didn't like that part, so I left that out. But here's my pages, and there is a picture of this on Instagram and my Facebook page, so you can go look at those a little easier than on the video, I think. But there's lots of little bits of color going on in there. Some shiny. See that neat shine in there. This shiny part that you're seeing is some of those F&W pearlescents that I picked up when I was in Vegas. Those are fun. This is, let's see, acrylic paints, 7 Gypsies sprays here for the brownish color, and a bit of the blue going on. gesso. This white stuff is some kind of an ink that I put in a different bottle, so I couldn't tell you what it is after all. What else is on here? This black part was another spray, but I took it out of the bottle and dabbed it on there using the spray tube part, and then I use these tiny little paint, or not really a paintbrush, it's just a little brush. You're supposed to use these to apply glue on your false lashes so you can put them on your face. And I discovered these through someone's video. I can't remember who. It might be Jennifer McGuire. But they're good for putting glue on tiny areas. But I also found out it makes a fun little paintbrush for spreading stuff around. And as you can see here, hopefully, the little bit of dotting along the edge, just to kind of bring it down. I did that with this little brush. And in here, a little bit of dotting going on. Just kind of spread it around a little bit without making it look like, you know, you just painted it on there. So I have those for sale if anyone wants any. This is vellum. I just grabbed that out of my words collection. It fit in there, so I figured that would be a good one to put in. And I did put an order into Deco Arts last week, and I got that in, so I have some new spray colors to play with. I also got some black gesso and some matte gel or something like that, which was on back order, and that's supposed to show up tomorrow. So my colors to add to what I already have, I've got red and orange, primary yellow, and yellow green. And that kind of almost completes the color selection that they have. And then there was something else that I got. What was it? Let me look around here. Oh yes, I did a couple swaps with some people for napkins. And I have a video for that mail, but I just want to show this part again. She sent me this really cute bag. And I don't know if maybe it would be fun to make a journal cover out of this. So I'm still thinking about it. We shall see. This might make a really neat journal cover. I don't have one the right size around here, but let's just grab this one I'm working on. See? Look at that. Wouldn't that be cute? If I had one that size, I could get 2 of them out of it. We shall see. Still contemplating on it. I don't want to like cut it up and decide I didn't want to do that. So, very fun bag. I don't know where she found these. It doesn't say in here any particular company. It says Greenbrier International Ink. But there's no sticker on here saying, you know, dollar store or anything like that. So I'm not sure. Very cute. Loved it. I think that's about it for me today. Hope you're all having a wonderful beginning of your week and find a little spark of creativity. I'm hoping that I can continue on and maybe get another page in my Wanderlust done this week. I've already got a little bit of gesso started on there. So we'll cross our fingers and hopefully that happens. And if you're not already a subscriber, you can hit that subscribe button down below so that you can continue watching videos that I put on YouTube. Please feel free to comment in the box below here. Also below here is a description box where you'll find links to my social media and Facebook page. And thank you for watching. Bye.